Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast. This time I'm going to be talking about new DVD coming out from 2 Entertain, Paradise Towers.
Caretaker number 345/12 subsection 3 reporting. Hi. I'm scared, Chief.
Yes, I know.
Who are you?
We're the Kangs! Red Kangs! Who exactly are you?
The name is Pex.
I am the Chief Caretaker, and I am no need to tell me I know who you are. This is the great architect return to Paradise Towers. Bid him welcome. All hail the great architect. All hail the great architect. Kill him.
I don't know what you're so pleased about. There's a 327 Appendix 3, subsection 9 death waiting for you.
There is no cause for panic.
No cause for panic.
No.
No cause for panic?
No.
Rules are rules, orders are orders.
The 327 Appendix 3, subsection 9 death of the great architect must take place.
There's nothing quite like tea and crumpets, is there?
I think it'd be a very good idea if before you're dead, you and I had a nice little Regulation 13, Appendix 2, final conversation.
Now, I know there are people out there who A. refuse to believe in the existence of Sylvester McCoy as the Seventh Doctor, B. are in denial completely about Sylvester McCoy. I think it was a bad time for Doctor Who. There's my camp, you know, the people who absolutely love Bonnie Langford and everything she's ever done, and there's of course people who just haven't seen it. Yeah. Right, cards on the table. Everyone knows my feelings about Bonnie Langford. I didn't like Mel, right? I couldn't cope with the baggage of Bonnie Langford left over from other stuff. She's not bad in her Big Finish performances, which means the character wasn't given enough legroom. She didn't really work in Doctor Who. I personally think she was part of the assassination attempt on the programme. Okay, let it go. She's only in 4 stories. 5 stories, really, if you think about it. You see, have you thought about it? You have, haven't you? She's in the last part of Trial of a Time Lord, and then she's got 1 year where she hangs around with McCoy and then goes away, and everything's better. Apparently. So, if I can get beyond that, no, the teenager in me who watched this in 1987 or whenever it really was on just can't be beaten into submission. I have issues with McCoy's first season. Now, as a 30-something, I can look back at these stories and see them with a completely critical eye. Hell, I can take them apart if you want and talk about mise-en-scène and meme and all that nonsense that we're all taught at universities. I can do all that if you really want. Or I can just talk about the story itself. No, the teenager in me just keeps going, Langford, and I can't do it. But I've got to, so that I can review this story. So put that to one side. You know how I feel. You may feel the same, you may feel different. She's apparently a wonderful person. Not when I met her, but that's a different story for a different time. She apparently is lovely, and that's fine. Oh, fight the urge. Just get on with it. And relax. There you go. Paradise Towers is a perfectly acceptable 7th Doctor story. It's based loosely, or not so loosely, on a J.G. Ballard novel called High Rise. That's it. That's all you really need to know. Of course it's not. J.G. Ballard's stories are primarily based on, well, a semblance of the real world, and Paradise Towers apparently takes place on another world, not Earth, somewhere else. Perfectly acceptable. This is Doctor Who after all. It's based in one big tower block, so you get the whole studio bound thing, and it's really not a problem, because let's face it, we're indoors for the entire story. It's got a whole mega city one feel to it, but a lot of stories around this time did, and none of those were a crime. Was it? Well, I don't think so. So it's basically a Doctor Who story that takes place in a large tower block. And the background for this story is important. It's the first 7th Doctor story to be, well, not dominated by regeneration nonsense. So this is the Doctor hitting the ground running. Yes, it's got some great scenes. They usually do have. But this story is remembered with the Happiness Patrol as being the ones that just go a tiny bit over the edge. Yes, I'm looking at you, Richard Briers. Now, I've got a lot of time for Richard Briers. This is a man who's on record as saying that he wouldn't like Tom Good if he met him socially, because Tom Good is a self-centered egotist. Richard Briers, on the other hand, is a nice bloke who likes a curry. I've got a lot of time for this guy. I've got a lot of time for his acting. Unfortunately, when he's given 100% rein and allowed to go over the top and actively encouraged to do so, he'll seize the opportunity with both hands, grow an extra hand, and seize it with that one as well. And God, he did as well. The uniforms didn't help, the casting didn't help, but the fact that Richard Briers was allowed to be, well, Hitler on acid, if you want to go for a cheap end of things, but basically not very good, does destroy the whole thing. What actually happens to him would be classed as a spoiler, so I can't really tell you that, despite the fact that he ends up being, well, silver for no readily apparent reason. Certain bits of the set do look a little bit cheap, but that's alright. It can't be helped. It's Doctor Who. Look, let's ignore the flaws, let's ignore the not particularly great performances, and move on to some decent discussions about the whole story. You've got several major groups, all of which have a sort of Clockwork Orangey done light feel. You've got your basic travellers, that's the Doctor and Mel. You've got the Caretakers, who of course look after Paradise Towers itself. The place is falling apart, rack and ruin. It's just not quite finished, and they blame someone called the Great Architect. You've got the residents of the tower block, the Resis, again a bit 2000 AD, but that's not really a problem. As well as the Resis, you've got the kids, the people who didn't go off to war, the ones who grew up in Paradise Towers. All girls. They're the Kangs gangs. They're all colour coordinated. Yes, Doctor Who predates Colombian gang warfare. Oh, it can be so proud. And then you've got two subgroups. You've got Pex, the coward who didn't really want to go off to war in the first place. We can all kind of work out from that where that's going. And of course the cleaners, the automated cleaning system that keeps Paradise Towers going. Oh, does it? Ooh. Yeah, leave it there. Yes, there are some classic actors involved, some actually really, really good performances. But again, it's suffering from that thing Doctor Who did, which is from being overlit. But it's nowhere near, and you can enjoy the drinking game if you want. It's nowhere near as bad as I remember it being. Hell, the robot that attacked Bonnie Langford, apart from the fact that I was cheering it on, see, I can't help it, actually looks great. And yes, all of the reviews I've read and all of the write-ups say how cold the pool was and that Bonnie Langford decided to leave during this story on the grounds that she wanted to go before it killed her. Yes, I can embrace all of that. But it's still not the best story ever. But hey, you'll buy it anyway. I'll fade away, and I'll talk about something much more exciting very, very soon. Hey, Torchwood's coming our way on the 14th, because we live in England. And I don't understand what this thing people are saying on the internet. The American version will have one version to it, and then the English version might be longer, but have bits cut out. So which version is going to be real? And then you have to buy the web episodes? Can't see that happening. It's Torchwood after all. Shouldn't they be paying us? No, let it go. Don't think about it. You'll review it when it comes along and it'll come your way eventually. Hey, you've always got Big Finish to fall back on. It's all going to be alright. And before you know it, it'll be September again and we can worry about things like when Doctor Who's coming back, or even if it's coming back in 2012. Oh, and isn't the Olympics in the way at some point? Oh, you see, it's all so up in the air. Look, I'll get my head in gear. We'll talk about this properly. And I'll do a proper podcast very soon. So until then, be seeing you.
You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Contact us at tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk.
Scanning for audio.
Just a quick note to say that I'm selling one of my most prized possessions, a handmade, solid silver police box pendant. There was only ever a handful of these made, and I'm selling this one with some regret. If you'd like to see this or indeed buy it, then please visit the Tin Dog website at www.tin-dog.co.uk and click on the banner on the right hand side. Remember that you can also buy a Whostrology, as well as donate to help keep the Tin Dog podcast running. Thanks for listening. Be seeing you.
The other mind has now left the Matrix.